All right, my fault, guys. My fault. My fault. It's been one of those mornings, man. I hope you guys are having a great morning. We're gonna do another therapy session today, so it's gonna be fun times. Let me tell everybody that I'm here already. We're gonna see who's first today. Let me click on Discord. Add Adib. I'm live right now. Yo, oh wow. Marcus is the first person in here today. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, guys? What's good? What's good, guys? And I'm gonna say, guys, give me just 1 second here. Copy text. I gotta put it in. No, I think that's good actually. Let me go invite. Guys, give me one moment. I'm almost done here. I'm almost done here. Why is that? Wait. There we go. Invite people. Copy. All right, guys, we're ready to roll. Ready to roll. Ready to roll and ready to rumble. Let's get ready to. Where's the party shirt, sir? You know what, sir? You're gonna see me in a party shirt soon for a different reason, but I'll explain that to you later on. Let me paste this here real quick. All right. So last week we had a nice therapy session. We had the people come through, ask some questions about, life, trading, this, that, the third, and the other. And it was good. We got to talk to Verd. We got to talk to Ludo. We got to talk to, gosh, who was the person? Wasn't K Dot or Maximus. It was Mr. R. Mr. R. Mr. R, I think, owed me the most amount of money. These sessions, guys, just so as soon as guys just understand, once these go on, we're looking at $2,000 a minute for this wisdom from the ages. You know what I'm saying? So, you guys, prepare yourselves. Hope you guys have lots of interesting life questions because Dr. Foreign is about to start a shift. With that being said, though, guys, I hope you guys are having a great, great week so far. My week has been very, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is. And I think maybe that's why it's good for us to have these sessions. I'm winning my trades, but something's just off in me. I don't know what it is. Something is just off. I didn't take a trade today, obviously, today being Tuesday. You know what I mean? Oh, gosh, we got a question already. My question is, how can I be more like Forum? I heard that guy winning. Well, you know what, Shakir? First off, Shakir, much love to you, brother. I'm glad you are here. Let's just go ahead and get it started, guys, all right? We are about to start our therapy session. All right, got to clean the glasses first. All right, guys, and it's time to get down to business. Oh, shoot. You can tell I don't wear these. Time to get down to business. Got to clean them off first. Bro, when will you select Discord mod? This week. It's going to be announced by the end of the week, Adib. All right, Adib. So just hold on to your horses. Now, you guys already know people who wear glasses, the younger people, they wear them like this, right? Straight to the face. The older folks, they have it over here. And guess how I'm finna wear my glasses today? Just like this. Because Dr. Foreign is an OG. So he's got experience. It's time to get to talking. It's time to share experience in life. And Shakir, just want to let you know that these therapy sessions are expensive. But don't think of it as expense. Think of it as an investment, okay? $2,000 per minute per client, okay? Everybody who's been here already knows $2,000 per client per minute, sorry. So, Shakir, before I get to answering your questions, please type yes in the chat so we can begin the session. That way I know that you have agreed to pay the $2,000 per minute and we can get this party started. You know what I'm saying? The rest of you who are in here, glad to have you guys here. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's going to be a great day. It's always a great day when, you know what I mean, you're alive. There's a lot of things that we could be sad about. There's a lot of things that we could cry about. But in reality, when we look at our actual lives, we are privileged. All right, guys, we're very privileged to have, like, trading is stressful. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of unforeseen things. This is the thing about trading and just life in general, right? Give me 30 seconds. Break down it. Shakir said, I only got enough for 30 seconds. Yo, hey, you know what, Shakir? I love the honesty. Let me, how would I say this? As, I guess, an appreciation of your honesty, I will award you an extra minute for free. All right. So saying I'm ready, just send the invoice when you're done. All right, perfect. All right, Shakir. So can you just type yes for me so I know that we good to go and I can start, I can start billing you. While Shakir is typing in yes, let me just say this, guys. There's a lot of unforeseen things in life in general. God, I cannot see out of these things, bro. There's a lot of unforeseen things in life in general, right? You can plan as best as you can. You know what I mean? In life, like, those of you who have either gone through hardship or going through it, you understand this to the T. You can plan as best as you can for life. Save, set up. Even we do it with trading all the time. Yo, I'm going to take this challenge. I'm going to pass it by this date. I'm going to take these trades, and then things change, right? Trump can make an announcement. Somebody can go to war. DeepSeek could make a version 2. You know what I'm saying? And things go left. And so it could be easy to get frustrated, right? Or feel depressed or feel like you're stagnant. But the truth is, life happens to us all. So the Bible says life and chance happens to us all. We're all subject to the same weather conditions, the same meteoric events that happen to this planet. We're all subject to these things. So you just got to understand that is part of life. All right. Shakir, where you at? Bro? Shakir, don't disappear on me. Type yes in the chat so we can get this started, bro. I need to answer your questions. As you can see, we've got 7 people here. I'm a busy person. All right. Being a rich, famous therapist is no joke. You know what I'm saying? We got 7. I'm gonna add a 0 to that. 70 people. In fact, one more 0. 700 people in this life. You know what I mean? Waiting for wisdom. So Shakir, time is money. You know what I'm saying? So get to typing, my boy. I love it when you preach. Israel, shout out to you, brother. I love it when you show up. Thank you for being here, man. Love each and every one of you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. I've got my trusty preacher's rag right here. When they're finished giving the word and they're sweating, they say hallelujah. I'm ready to go in. All right. Good morning, my yo's. What's good? Good morning, Israel. Good morning, my lovely people. Shakir, guys. Shakir, can somebody get on Shakir for me? Shakir, you can't run away. You can't. You know what I mean? You can't come and ask me for a slot of my time, and then I say, yeah, I could fit you in for today's what? Once again, shout out to my old people. They can't see it from here. They got to do this. So today is the 25th. And Shakir, I gave you a slot on the 25th and you wasted my time, brother. I need you to type yes in the chat so we can begin this therapy session. Bro, you should buy a doctor's apron. Or like the doctor's coat. I should get one. You know what? I think I have a coat just like it. I'm going to save it for the next therapy session. All right. But Shakir, can somebody check on Shakir or did he hop out? Because if Shakir's gone, then we're going to have to just take the next client in line. Who else is ready for a therapy session, guys? Come with your questions. I'm saying life is... Okay, he says, I'm here. Just give me advice on how to become... how to prepare the next 3 to 5 years of my life. Got you. I'm going to give you advice, brother. I just need you to type yes in the chat. That's all I'm saying, Shakir. Just type yes in the chat so that I can begin the session. This is a whole business now, bro. We are... by God's grace, we got, 90 people in this live, 90 people looking for advice. I'm saying just type yes so I can put you in priority sequence and we can begin. But all jokes aside, very good question. I'm just here to get advice on how to become a better man and how to prepare the next 3 to 5 years of my life. Me next, please. Got you, Israel. Yes. All right, perfect. Thank you, Shakir. I love clients that are professional, that understand the business. Being a rich, famous therapist with... Was that 90 clients? It's no joke. 2,000 per minute. Here we go. All right. Serious question. Shakir says he wants advice on how to become a better man, right? And then he also said he wants, I guess, basically a bit of a plan, a roadmap as to what to do in the next 3 to 5 years. So great question. Let's start off with how to become a better man. Being a man, let me tell you guys. In fact, let me ask you guys this. What do you think makes a man? What do you think makes a man? How do you know when you've become a man? I love this question because it gets you thinking. I'm gonna give you guys my honest, absolute truth, what I discovered when I was younger, but I would love to hear what you guys think. When you think of being a man, what does it mean to you? Yo, Chris was good, baby. Was good. Marcus said foreign with the glasses on the level of sophistication. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, Marcus, thank you. Thank you. Oh, my fault. Thank you very much for the compliment. In the meantime, guys, what do you guys think makes a man? Like on a serious note, when you guys think of being a man, what does that mean to you? Because you hear people say all the time, "Yeah, I'm a grown man. Yeah, I'm a grown man." Okay, so what does that mean? What makes you a man? I'd love to hear some answers. Let's at least get one or two answers. What makes you a man? Taking care of your responsibilities, then taking care of your personal relationships around you. Shakir, beautiful answer. Role playing a doctor with a white coat. He foreign. This starts looking like some other type of stream. Bro, we gonna turn to another type of stream if we have to. All right, come back to Shakir's answer. Shakir, absolutely. Money, kind character, and a brave heart. I think so. I'm on 5K profit and trying to get 7%, but I've been some days my hours on 2 and I've hit training. Okay, Israel, keep that question. We're gonna come back to it. We're just talking to Shakir right now. And Shakir is asking about how to be a better man, and he wants a roadmap for the next 3 to 5 years on how to, just be better and change his life. All right. So I'm getting some answers in the chat. Shakir said, taking care of your responsibilities, then take care of the personal relationships around you. That's a beautiful answer. Adib said, money, kind character, and brave heart. I think so. Again, beautiful answer. I love how you guys are thinking. Yokara said, independence. Beautiful. I love it. Should I stick to the rules? Sorry for interrupting. Now you good, brother. Like Israel, like I said, just stay with me. All right. Give me like 10 minutes and then I'll be back with you. And Shosho said being honorable. All right. So I love that you guys have brought up all these characteristic traits of a man. And this usually comes from the type of men that have been in your life. For example, my father talked about him all the time. One of the things that I attribute to him, the type of man he was very humble, very loving, very servant-like type person, right? I've had managers and mentors who have been very austere is the word, right? Very strict, very disciplined, very ruthless, cutthroat, things of that nature. But let's tackle this. You become a man when you adopt responsibility. Okay? Write this down, guys. I'm not going to use the board today. I have to only focus on one thing at a time. Write this down. $2,000 per minute. Somebody is paying for this. Y'all getting the free sauce. We now have 130 people on this live. Okay? 130 people. Just watch 2 ads. Should give me a discount. Got you, brother. 2,000 a minute discount. I'll give you about a 0.00000, like the banks do, 0.00001% discount. So that means you get probably a couple, like maybe 10 cents off. All right, brother, don't spend it all in one place. 10 cents is a lot. All right, so you become a man when you adopt responsibility. Okay, that's what defines manhood. Manhood comes from taking on responsibility. And so a lot of people think, oh, I'm 18 now, I'm a man. It's like, well, no disrespect. You live with your parents. They're paying for everything. You're still a child. When you are out on your own, and I know some of you are going to say, well, I have a car. I pay for my car. But you have to understand that somebody's still subsidizing your housing. That's still not, that you cannot call, as somebody mentioned, you need independence. A man goes on his own. You see what I'm saying? Like, there are no 2 kings on the throne. Like, there's only one. In your household, you are the man when you have your own household. And so when you adopt responsibility and you have independence, you're a man. Now, that doesn't mean that if you don't have any of these things, you're not a man. I'm just saying when you really start experiencing manhood, it comes from adopting responsibility. So that's what it means to be a man. And you guys have heard it in a lot of different ways. Life is suffering. To be a man is suffering. To be a man is pain, right? We take on a lot of things. Those of you who want to marry, you see what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to be the one that takes all the grunt, the beating, the whippings and stuff for the family. It's your job. And so to become a better man, you must become better at managing and handling responsibility. So here's where things fall apart in trading, in business, in life in general. Your habits and inability to manage yourself makes you a lesser man. Not because, let me use Marcus. Not because Marcus is a millionaire making $3 million a day. That doesn't make him a better man than you. He may be better financially, than you. But in terms of, like, you guys, I said this on the last stream, trading doesn't define us. You know, when you go into the real world, nobody really cares that you're a trader. They just care if you make money. And once you make money, it'll get you through some doors. It'll open up some conversation, but the content of your character is what keeps you there. Right? And so trading doesn't define you. If you log off, you know, you took a trade today, you hit a 1 to 900. Oh my God, amazing. And you come off the charts and you go outside and you're a nobody, it's because you've accomplished nothing in the real world. And so in order to become a better man, you have to adopt responsibilities, and the way you manage and handle those responsibilities, that's what helps you to progress as a man. Because all the best men I've ever worked with, sorry guys, all the best men, the most formidable, the most capable men I've ever worked with, they're disciplined men. Like, this is why, like, when I'm on here, guys, I'm telling you guys about discipline and psychology. It's not to do with your trading. There are so many traders out here that, in my opinion, I wouldn't chill with them. Because the way they move, the way they behave, they act like kids. I'm not interested in that. Like, you guys, there's a movie I watch. I forget. I think the movie's called Salvation. And it was actually a TV series. And basically, a time came where the world was like, you know, a meteor was about to hit the earth. Every business didn't matter anymore. Money didn't matter. You know what people wanted at the time? They wanted assets. Gold, silver, what's it called? Brass, nickel, things of that nature, right? And what happened was that at that time, your influence, your money, that means nothing because you can't trade it for anything. What people were looking for were concrete skills. And so it's kind of like when you go, you know, when you go out camping or you go to some sort of like wildlife environment, right? The people who are very valuable in those environments are the people who can build tents, the people who can find water. Your money means nothing in those environments. So again, what makes you a man? What have you accomplished? What skills do you have? What traits do you have that make you a valuable person in the manhood that you claim to have? You see what I'm saying? I like, trading is great, guys. And I'm on track by God's grace this year to have the type of trading year that I want. Knock on wood, you know, God willing. But it's not the end all be all, man. In the real world, like, this is why I will always choose business over trading. It's because as much as trading can make you wealthy or can give you a good income and stuff like that, building a business is solving real world problems. That is contributing to society. All right, so let me not, Shakira, at this point, we started maybe 11:15 for you. It's now 11:21. That's been 6 minutes. Okay, so 6 times 2, you're looking at $12,000. I gave you a 10-cent discount, so technically $11,999.90. All right. Like I said, don't spend it all in one place. But coming back to your second part of the question, you said, well, how do I set up the next 3 to 5 years? This comes with how you manage responsibility. A lot of us want to look at this and say, in 5 years, bro, I'm going to hit a lick, bro. I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to hit this big play, whether it's a parlay, whether it's a news play, whether it's a prop firm play. Like, we all have these ideas of what we're going to do, and it's going to just, you know, change our lives overnight. But there is a verse that says that basically easy come, easy go. The same way you quickly gained your money, the same way you're going to quickly give it out. Somebody said it best. They said if somebody hands you $1 million, you have to become a millionaire very quickly. Because being a millionaire is not about having $1 million liquid in cash or in your account. There are habits, there are traits, there are characteristics required to maintain the million. This is why a lot of lottery winners, well, nowadays people are getting smarter, so they're kind of managing their money better. But back in the day, what would happen to all the lottery winners? They'd win the lottery, homeless, poor, rich or not, it didn't matter. They'd win the lottery, and then they'd be broke in the next 2 to 3 years. Why? Because they don't have the skill set, the maturity, they don't have the discipline to maintain the money. They're like, oh, I got $1 million, I could do what I want. Well, it depends on what you want to do. Like, when I was broke, right, I used to say, man, if God would just bless me with 5K, bro, 5K would change my life. Then I got 5K and I realized 5K is not even a drop in the bucket. Then I said, you know what it is? Yo, when I start making 10K a month, bro, I'm finna go off. My life finna change. Then you make 10K a month. You realize 10K a month, you have not even begun to play the game. Then you're like, all right, 20K a month should do it. You get to 20K a month and you realize the difference between what you can do, depending on what you want to do and where you were before, isn't much. Isn't much. You see what I'm saying? And so money is not necessarily the solution to all your problems. The problem is that you haven't figured out what it takes to become the man. Like, think about it. When you see, I'm a car guy. I love my Lambos. I love my Ferraris. I love those type of things. What kind of man owns a Lamborghini? Before you say scammer, because in these days, we see it all the time, right? A lot of the guys rent Lambos or buy them or whatever, and then they scam people. Okay, cool. But The person who genuinely owns one, built, made their money from scratch. What type of man are they? What type of person are they? They're not just the average person you see chilling, like binge watching Netflix, gaming 24 hours unless they're getting paid for it. Like, they have a set regiment routine that they're following, structures, things that is making them become better. And so for Shakir, what I'll say to you is this: 3 to 5 years will pass no matter what you do. You tell people go to school for 3 to 5 years, and they're like, I'm not going to school. That's a long time. But in 3 to 5 years, you'll be somewhere. Without a concrete roadmap, you're not going to go anywhere. So this is what I would say to you. Divide your goals into 3 sectors. If you have 10 goals, cool. If you have 1 goal, even better. Divide it into 3 sectors and then make it up in steps. Because guys, newsflash, okay, this is a gem for you people. This is a, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, it's a word of wisdom, let's say. If you guys haven't figured this out already, you're not separated from your goals by time. You're separated from your goals by steps. For example, if you buy a prop firm challenge today, you think it's time per se, and I get it, you have 5 minimum trading days or whatever, no problem. But it's actually taking 5 trades, let's say, to pass the minimum days, or taking 4 trades or whatever, depending on your risk to reward, to pass the challenge. So the trades you take get you there, not the time. You can sit there for 3 months and not make any money because you took no action, right? And so Shakir, separate your goals into about 3 sectors and then say, okay, I got 5 years. Or you want to do 3 years? Let's do 3 years. You say year 1, I'm going to eat what's called the crap sandwich. Meaning I'm going to hustle, bustle, go through all the garbage, do the jobs I don't want to do for a year. I'm going to save up that money, or I'm going to allocate them. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get myself on my feet. Year 2, this is where I really put in the work. And then year 3 is when you're supposed to find that. And you separate it to 3 and you attack it that way. And remember, if you are behaving like how a man should, and you're adopting responsibility and managing it and going through what you have to go through, you'll get to those things. What happens to a lot of people is lack of discipline. And I see it with you guys. A lot of you guys will be focused. Shout out to my Africans. I'm going to, in the name of Jesus, I'm going to pass this challenge. And then I will feed my family. And then they meet a girl, right? And they're like, what's that, Charlie? This guy should be something. Oh. And then all of a sudden, they can't trade. They've lost focus. I'm not saying don't find love. I'm saying prioritize, guys. Okay? Prioritize. Shakir, that's what I'm going to drop for now so that it's not too long. We're already at 11:26. Hope that helps. If it doesn't, you can come back for another session. You know what I'm saying? $2,000 a minute. So I'm going to send you the invoice. 11:16 to 26 is exactly 10 minutes. You owe me $20K, brother. Listen. Pleasure doing business with you, my boy. All right, who else is next on the list? I believe it was Israel. Israel had a question next. Let me go all the way back up. Israel said, I'm on a 5K prop for first time ever, going to 7%, but I've been there for some days. My hours 1 to 2, and I've hit it for the past 4 trading days. I think I would start doing it when I would have passed. Okay. Israel, let me get back into character, okay? What you're talking about, I've been there myself a million times. I remember the first time I got funded. My last trade, I said to myself, I'm 1 trade away. If I do a 1 to 2, I should be good. But I didn't need a 1 to 2. I technically, because remember, your trades compound. So by the time you get to 7%, when you take that 1% risk trade to make 2%, you're risking more than, let's say if it's a 100K account, you're risking more than 1,000. At that point, you're risking maybe like, I don't know, you're risking more than 1,000. And so you won't need that full 2%. So that 1 to 1 that you're looking for, it's possible to take. What I want to say to you is this. If it ain't broke, you hear me? Where's my preacher? Listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You hear me? All right? You've gotten all the way to 7%. Why are you making adjustments? Keep going. You're not accounting for losing streaks and stuff like that. They happen to all of us. Just keep going. Now, in this last 7% you're at, okay? You just basically need to make 1 more percent. If you have, and I don't want to tell you this because this might mess up your psychology. Long story short, take the next trade. You should literally be at a 1 to 1. You should be able to close your trade and pass the challenge. You don't need to wait for a 1 to 2. So that 1 to 1 that you're saying I should start taking, you're going to do it anyways, based on where you are with the risk and the percentage of the account. All right. What I want to tell you, Israel, is listen to this word very carefully, Israel. This is a gem for you. This is going to cost you 5,000 extra. You ready? I want everybody to pay attention to this word. And if you can, write this down. Do not betray yourself. You getting to the line where you're about to finish and changing you're betraying yourself. You're betraying the person who brought you there. The person who got you there was a 1 to 2 trader. Don't betray him. Stand firm, stand on your ground, and keep going. Okay? Don't get me wrong. In our trading journey, we'll make adjustments. I'm saying you have a race to finish. You're almost there. Win, and then make your adjustments from there. So you can at least hold the trophy and say, well, this got me here, and then improve on it. Don't completely change the game. All right, Israel, don't betray yourself. All right, that's Israel. I got to go back up to this chat. I got to read some of these chats here. Let's see. Let's hear. Got you, my brother. High value information because high transaction volume. Brother, you already know. What you put in is what you get. We have 170 people on this live. Everybody like the live. Thank you, everybody, for being here. If you're new, the free Discord is pinned at the top. We do this every Tuesday, every Thursday. Ask me whatever you want to ask, okay? $2,000 per minute. And that's all it takes. I don't want to hear you say it's expensive. It's an investment. Investment to your time. You hear me? All right. Shakir just got himself a lifetime of debt in 4 minutes. Marcus, I'm going to ban you. Marcus, I'm going to ban you. This is the type of speech we don't want here. We don't do this here. You hear me? Nonsense. How dare you are. All right. Adib said, bro, give us some example what type of problems you faced in business in the real world. Adib, that's a deep question, but I can give you some examples. Adib, I'm American. I can make this back tomorrow. Yolomi's here. Glasses to cool. Yeah, man, Yolomi, this is what we do. All right. Adib said, what are some real challenges in business that you faced in the real world? Let me see something that can relate to you guys in trading. Here's what I've noticed about business. Here's, in fact, this is a good one. In business, right? When you first start, those of you guys who want to figure out trading in 2 days, 2 weeks, you're also focused. You're also focused, right, on risk to reward or strategy. You guys have to understand, as they've been saying, Rome was not built in a day. Here's what I notice about business. No matter what advice you get, no matter what course you take, there are just certain things you cannot gain without this word. You guys ready? This word is going to cost you an extra 500 bonus points for high vocabulary. Vocabulary, okay? The word is called experience, okay? Without experience, no wisdom. You just cannot understand certain things. I'll give you one business that we started. When my wife and I started this one particular business, we don't have it anymore because it just wasn't, it was one of those that did okay for a season and then kind of was just taking up too much time and resources. But in that season when we first started, let's say we were selling rags, okay? We were selling preacher towels. Shout out to the preachers, hallelujah. All right, we were selling preacher towels, okay? Let's say in the beginning, you see everybody, you guys know what it's like, right? You go on YouTube, you see somebody's like, I'm going to show you how I made $32,000 in one day just by using this simple approach with my Shopify account. And you're like, oh my God, 32,000. You already start looking up Lambos. You start going crazy, right? All to realize, if anything, you might pay $32,000 in fees, but you're not making that money. So anyways, so you watch all the videos, you get excited, and you want to do what the professionals are doing. And so you start saying, all right, I'm going to sell this rag. I get it for, let's say, $1. I'm going to sell it for like $10. And you set up the store. You spend all your time setting up the store. By the way, guys, am I lagging? Okay, I thought I lagged for a sec. Anyways, you take all your time setting up the store, decorating the store. You do all these things, and you think, now that I have a store, and now that I'm listing this dollar product for $10, I'm gonna make money. And you quickly find out that nobody's buying your product. And you're like, well, I'm telling my family members and friends. I'm making a little bit post on it on Instagram or Facebook, whatever you're using. And still nothing. And then when you finally do get some sales, right, you realize that you had to discount your products because turns out people don't want to buy a rag for $10. Now you may say, well, Gucci sells a scarf for like $1,000. Yeah, but this is what you're failing to understand, and this is one of my points. There's two things I want to drive home with this. The first thing we realize is this. In the beginning, your profit margins are going to be small. Why? Because you're going to go to wherever you can get this for the meantime. Sometimes you buy it from the dollar store. The dollar store charges you $5. You guys know how it is now. There was a time where a dollar store sold dollar products. Nowadays, you go into a dollar store, it's a mini Walmart. All right, we're not going to talk about that. So now you're buying this for $5. You got to sell it for $7, $8, $9. With the $9 basically with the extra $4 to $5 you make a profit, that's going to have to pay for your Your website, it's got to pay for all the things and services that you need, right? So you start to realize, okay, I need more money. And so what you do is not raise your price. You eventually, as you're in the business, you start to realize, wait, I bought this off of Marcus for $10 because Marcus was just yanking. Know what I'm saying? Then I met Adib. Adib sold to me for $5. Eventually, I'm going to find Shakir or I'm going to find Kairos the Third. And Kairos the Third is going to give it to me for like $1.30. Then I'm going to hit up Yolomi because remember, it's experience. You're going to understand what to look for, the quality, where they're getting it sourced, all that stuff. Eventually, I'm going to find Yolomi all the way in the depths of South Africa. Shout out to Yolomi, OG Mama. All right? And Yolomi's going to say, foreign, I can get it for you for 45 cents on the dollar. And I will say, hey, yo, Yolomi, let's do some business. And basically what's going to happen is that my profit margin increased not because I raised the price of my product, but because I was able to get the product cheaper. So that's one. Number two, then you're going to say, okay, great. My profit margins are great, but people are still not buying. You guys, let me explain to you why McDonald's is basically a real estate company today. They have more locations than probably any restaurant in the world right now. Okay? Subway in God help me, I don't know, maybe 2014, was catching up to McDonald's in terms of how many locations they had. Why? Now, let me ask you guys a question. I know certain people in certain countries might say McDonald's is amazing food because it's a luxury over there. Those of us, we now have 180 people on this stream, guys. 180 people like the stream. Shout out to everybody who's here. Ask me anything. Free therapy. Back to the serious question. If I ask you guys, is McDonald's the best food? Those of you who live in the West, if you're in Canada, US, even in the UK, somewhere in Europe, and you're used to having McDonald's, you're going to say McDonald's. Like down here, people say you're eating somebody's kids, you're eating somebody's foot. It's not even considered real food. McDonald's is disgusting over here. Now, don't get me wrong. Every so often, you can go and get yourself a burger or whatever and just be in the mood for it. But my whole point is that McDonald's doesn't have the best food. So why are they so popular? Marketing. All right? Advertising. This is why, as you guys pointed out on one of Marcus's videos, why a lot of these gurus do so well is because of marketing. Marketing is the bloodline of your business. I'll give you an example. Some of you guys don't have this restaurant or this restaurant chain in your country. It's called Tim Hortons. Okay? Tim Hortons food, I don't eat it. I think it's so vile. But they are so successful. Why? Every week. These guys got either a new donut, a new coffee, a new sandwich. Bro, these guys started off with selling muffins, croissants, Timbits. Now they sell pizzas and sandwiches, poutines, you name it. At one point, you're going to be able to go to Tim Hortons and say, can I get a double coffee, right? Double, for those of you guys who don't know, 2 creams, 2 sugars, all right? Or 2 milks, 2 sugars, depending on who you are, okay? And you're going to be able to say, in addition to that, can I get a steak, medium rare, well done, or whatever you look for? Why? Because this is how these guys move. What they do is that every day they're reminding you that they exist. And so what happens is that when you get hungry or want a coffee or you want something like that, you know the first person you think of? You think of Timmy's. When you're hungry, you're like, bro, I need something quick. You know who you think of first? You think of Mickey D's, McDonald's. Nobody thinks about Burger King because Burger King, Burger King, like, shout out to the Whopper, but Burger King is, you know what I'm saying? They're the king of nothing. So my whole point is that when you're in business, you start to realize the things you think will make your business run, be wealthy, all that stuff is actually not what's the focus. Marketing is a good one. Sourcing your product. And then there's a third one that you'll learn. You guys, customer service is not only why people will buy from you, it's why people stay with you. Customer service is key. So how can we bring this into trading? It's kind of the same with how you handle your trades and how you handle your accounts. When you first start off, when you're trading, right, what are you going to do? You're probably going to start off with a company that is cheap, right? So those of us, shout out to the victims of the Forex Funder and the Funded Trader. Boy, they wiped us nasty. Or if you were with, what's the other one? The other TFF one, the Forex, what was it called? True Forex Funds. There you go, right? And the list goes on. All the buy Forex funds, right? All the prop firms that start in the beginning were like, they're cheaper than FTMO. Oh my God, right? And so we went and then we bought, right? We're like, yeah, screw FTMO. We're not paying $600 for no challenge. We're going to pay $250. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when you order a book online called How to Scam. It's been 2 months and the book is not here yet. Yeah. Turns out, it turns out, yeah, that that's how the scam works. So we say, yeah, we're not gonna pay no FTMO, right? It's too expensive, blah 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 blah. Then we go with a company called the Amazing Opportunity Trader, right? And you're like, oh my god, I can get a 100K account for $50. Oh yeah, and then you go through like 2 months, 3 months, 1 month, whatever, however long it takes you. You're like, all right, let me submit a payout request, and you're clicking, and oh you're yo, you're like, hey yo, why is the payout? Why is the submit payout button grayed out? You're hitting it all yours. You're like, all right, let me hit up these guys. You hit up the support. They're like, payout, what you talking about? Like, oh, yeah, I did the stuff that I need to do. Then they hit you with some random role. Oh, it looks like on the 21st of March last year, you logged in at 9:59 as opposed to 10:59 that you usually do. This was suspicious activity to us, so therefore we're banning your account. You don't get your money. You're like, what? So you take to Twitter, now known as X, and you're like, guys, these guys are scammers. And then you come to realize you late to the party. There's like 10,000 people that already got hit with the same scam. I'm saying all this to say that it's the same thing. Like when you start, you won't always know the best one. Those buy one get one free. Hey, we have 240 people on this live. Shout out to everybody in the live. You guys, it's a serious live. We are actually having a therapy session. We are asking deep questions. But guys, I just have to laugh a little bit. It just like in business, when you first start, you're not going to know the best prop firm. You're going to learn certain things from experience. You're going to understand the effects of news trading. You're going to understand the effects of violating rules. You're going to understand the effects of certain things, certain market conditions, all the stuff you won't know right away until you start trading. Same way with your strategy. I can give you the best strategy in the world. Applying it is going to be difficult because you don't have experience in the real world. And so, Adib, I think we started your question at 11:35, maybe even 11:30. I'm gonna say 11:30. Adib, you owe me now 11,000. No, I'm sorry, $22,000 because it's 2,000 per minute. We're going to have to start a GoFundMe for Adib. But yeah, guys, on a serious note, Adib asked a great question. He said, tell me some stuff that you learned in business, in the real world that applies to today. And that's basically it, guys. When you start off, you're not going to know everything. By trial and error, some things you just can't avoid. You guys, it's like trying to go to the gym and getting buff without going through the pain of tearing the muscles. You've got to put in the work. And so there are certain things you start to realize that, oh, okay, the reason why this person is doing well is not because, you'll watch somebody and they'll say, guys, I made $32,000 today. And you're going to be like, holy. And in your mind, you're thinking maybe the person traded like 10,000 lots. Or the person did something crazy like a 1 to 50 RR. But the truth is sometimes that's a 1 to 2 for them. It just depends on the account. And the difference between them and you is their psychology when it comes to numbers like that. When I first started, I started with a 25K account. My first challenge ever was an FTMO account challenge. And I remember, bro, because I didn't have it like that at the time, when I saw like $200 profit, I clicked the mouse so hard, bro, the mouse pieces would fly off and I'd have to put them back on. Because you're not used to seeing, you've been trading with a $12 account, $100 account, right? And so when you see $12, it takes you like a 1 to 10, 1 to 5, you have to hold, right? And then now you're seeing $200 in like 5 seconds. You start tripping. This is something you just can't. There is no course in the world for that. There is no course. This is experience only. This is a practical station, right? So these are some of the things that until you go through, you just won't understand. So I say this to say that in business it's the same. You start to realize that how you build clientele, what your customer acquisition is, how much you spend on marketing, advertisement, what to buy for marketing, what you can write, all these things, they will only come by experience. You can hire all the CPAs and all the stuff you want. There's certain things until you go through, you just won't understand. And trading can be the same way. Alrighty, so my fault, guys. Let me go back to some of these chats up here. I missed quite a few comments. I think the last one I saw was Yolomis. Adib said, I'm American. I can make this back today or tomorrow. Shout out to you, Shakira. I love that attitude. Marcus Asia said, lots of hard work and discipline, 100%. Absolutely, Marcus. Adib said, Shakira, bro, you're lucky if you're in Africa, Asia. You would have 4 generations that profit back black tax. Okay. Looks like you stayed in Africa for some time. I was in Africa, believe it or not, for like 3 years. My dad had businesses, rest his soul. My dad, when he was alive, he had businesses in Africa and stuff like that. So at one point, you guys, those of you who are from Africa, you know what it's like. You send money to your relatives and say, I want to build a house. I want to do something. I trust you. You're a family member. Can you handle it for me? They say, brother, believe you me, between man and God, before man, I testify. I will be your friend. I will support you. Whatever you need, just tell me. I will build for you. So you start sending money, right? Yo, these Africa's not for beginners. So you start sending money. You start sending money, and the Africans are so clever, right? They'll take you pictures. Brother, see your house. See your house. We are working fine. Meanwhile, it's somebody else's foundation that's being built. All these updates is not yours. They take the money, they build their own house, and leave you when you get there to finally look at your house. It's like some sticks in the ground. They've not even started. Bro, it's rough. So eventually my dad's all right, screw this, right? Too much scamming going on. So he went there himself. We built his project in about 3 years. So I had to go to school in Africa for 3 years. Guys, that was not fun. That was not. One day, if you guys want, one day I'll do a whole story about my experience in Africa at the time. But as I said, believe you me, that was tough. Going to school in Africa, bro, different beast altogether. Whew, FM the ubiquitous one. Thank you, Shakir. Appreciate it. Karis is laughing. He said facts. Wow, thanks. You're welcome, Israel. Appreciate the hug. 107. 45 Zim cents. There we go. Yolomi got me even a better price. Guys, we now have 250 people on this live. Guys, make sure you like the stream. All right, you can ask me anything. I'm answering real life questions. We're having fun at the same time, but it's a real thing. All right, guys. And if you guys want to join Discord, it's free. We have the best community on YouTube. People share their insight, their trading, all that stuff, and we have a lot of stuff coming up, so you don't want to miss that. Let's see here. More laughing. What happened to Bitcoin? Fever for Bitcoin, bro. I didn't say yes. On my way, they scam me. On my way, yeah, it's super crazy, right? So guys, it's a serious thing, right? So this is life in general. Coming back to Adib's question, right? This is life in general. There's a lot of things that you just will not understand until you start, right? My dad didn't know, right, that his own relatives would scam him. It wasn't until he went through the experience that he realized, okay, I got to do this myself. And so, my dad, shout out to I miss my dad so much, man. He was just a great soul. I remember one time. Anyways, I guess I have stories for you guys for days, all right? But I want to stay on topic here because you guys are spending your time to get real information, real advice. So, guys, the next person who wants to ask a question, feel free. The chat is open. Ask me anything. Understand that when Dr. Foreign is in the building, you hear me? You got to pay me $2,000 per minute for this exclusive wisdom and knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So, when you're ready to ask a question, you ask your question. I ask you, do you agree to the terms and conditions? You say yes, and then I start billing you, invoicing you $2,000 per minute. I'm saying so. Yeah, man, that's how we're doing it right now. Make the Africa story a video, get that monetized. Got you, Shakira. I'll make that a story. You guys, it's my experience in Africa was no joke, bro. No joke. I'll give you guys a little sneak preview until somebody asks the next question. Shout out to Shakir for the business advice. My first day in school in Africa, man. For those of you guys who are joining the stream, you don't know, I'm based in Canada. So Africans, they have a weird way of talking to you. First off, they don't call you by your first name. They call you by your last name. That's one. Number two, they give everybody a nickname, right? Kind of like the Caribbeans. Like if somebody in the Caribbean has like one arm, they call them like one-y, right? Like that's how they do it. You know what I mean? We had a friend, massive head. They call him Head Bonka. We had another friend. His name was William. Big cheeks. They used to call him Don Balasti. So everybody gets a nickname. No matter who you are, you're going to get a nickname. So as soon as I came, you can imagine what they called me. Yeah, Africa is not for the faint-hearted. Yolobi knows. They're like, so first day I'm in class. You guys, keep in mind, over here in Canada, bro, I was one of those guys. All I do is go to school, talk to girls, get my kicks game on, get shoes, clothes, whatever, and then play ball. That's all I did. I did not care for no education. So I'm here in Africa, right? Which education is respected to just the highest degree. First day in class. I'm chilling, mind my own business. I don't have a pencil with me, but something like this, right? I'm just chilling. I'm zoned out. The ladies, all I'm hearing is, and the predator took the sector, and after he overlapped the predator, he was able to target the ricochet of the thing. Do you see what I'm saying? Bro, I don't understand what's going on, dog. I don't understand what's going on. I'm out here looking like, bro, are we speaking English still? Because I speak the language and English, and I can't tell who's talking about what. So it's getting crazy, right? And then out of nowhere, I hear, Canada, stand up. My heart started racing, bro. I'm like, what they finna ask me? Bro, I was so nervous. They asked me, you're from Canada, eh? I said, yeah. They said, good. Tell us the difference between faithful and faithful. I'm like, what? What do you mean? To me, those are the same words. I understood that there's a difference between faithful and faithful, but the way they were pronouncing the word, I'm like, are you asking me to define the same word twice? So they said, tell me the difference between faithful, Faith, and Fateful, F-A-T. And bro, I started tripping. I'm like, well, I'm like, I got that. I'm like, well, like to be faithful is like when you faithful to somebody. I'm saying, right? Like I'm sorry, I'm trying to riz up the teacher. I can't believe I just used the word riz, but I was like, yeah, I mean, to be faithful is like, oh, faith, whatever. And then I'm like, and then fate has to do with like destiny. All you hear, yeah, anytime, all my Africans know, once you hear, hey, you just know everybody's like, bro, you bombed that, bro. Like, you failed heavily. So you can hear the people like, hey, and then, for the next week, bro, all you hear is the African kids saying to be fatful is like fat. To be fatful is fat. Bro, that was my introduction to African school. Then, so that was first class. Bro, these guys, when we got into chemistry and biology, dog, that was it. I started seeing like stars, moons, hieroglyphics. I couldn't read. These guys were the chemistry teacher. Shout out to her. I forget her name. Very smart lady. Like one of the most brilliant people I ever met, but I could not hear what she was saying. She's like, we are going to name the chemical bond and we are going to break it over. You see it? Like, no. She'd be like, so basically she's trying to teach us, right, how to create like, I can't remember, like different chemical bonds and then see if we can create new ones and then name them. So we were making like scientific discoveries. Bro, that was chemistry class. I got to physics class. First off, shout out to my physics teacher. My physics teacher was wild. This guy was late one time because he's like, do you guys know what happened to me? We're like, what? He's like, can you believe I'm on my way to teach you guys? And one bed, he poured on my head. So I had to run home, get my rifle, and I kill him. That's why I'm late. I'm like, what? This guy went and shot the bird that took a dump on his head, and he's late to class. So anyways, man, I'm giving away too much of the story. I should have listened to Shakir. Man, anyways, this is the last part of the story and I'm done. So Shakir, what's it called? So the physics teacher comes in. He's also an amazing person. Shout out everybody who's on here. We got 28 people on this live. Again, you can ask me anything. Right now, I'm sharing my life experience in Africa, so just bear with me. If you have a question, drop in the chat. We're going to get to it. So we finally get to physics class. In physics class, this is the question the teacher asked us. He says that basically a hunter was hunting, right? He went with his animal. And he took a shot. The bullet was supposed to hit the animal, but it grazed the animal's back, hit a tree, ricocheted off the tree into a fence. The man is asking, at what speed and force did the bullet hit the tree? And after it spread into pellets, what were the direction? I'm like, brother, do I look like Jesus to you? Huh? Bro, I'm starting to wonder what my what my dad got me into. I'm looking at this like, nah, bro, my dad set me up. There is no way in this world that I'm starting to think my dad is part of all this. He set me up. I went from learning, bro, at that time when I was in Canada, bro, we were learning dumb math. Tommy has 8 apples. Tommy gave 6 apples to Sarah. How many apples does Tommy got left? Right? And you're like, I think he's got 2. And they're like, good job. Okay, I'm exaggerating. Our education system wasn't that bad, but it wasn't at high of a level as the one. Shout out to everybody here. We have 290 people on this live. Let's go. It wasn't as high as what we were seeing in Africa. These guys were asking some tough questions, bro. This man wants me to calculate the speed and force the bullet hit the tree. Bro, I'm not looking at my phone for Neo. I'm like, bro, only Neo could solve this, bro. I'm like, Neo, hit me up, bro. You could read the Matrix. Come and tell me what happened here because I can't figure it out. And these guys, bro, once the teacher asked that, I look over, right? I'm expecting everybody to be on the same page as me, be like, nah, this teacher's tripping. I look over, I see all the kids like this. Oh, they're going at it, bro. One guy said, teacher, please, I have to answer. I can calculate the question for you. I have the answer. I'm like, all right. He's like, the force that hit it was 22 kilometers with 4 joules of pressure. I'm like, dog, what the hell is this? Bro, I really did not like school, but I've never thought about jumping out of the window of a school. Like, I wanted to jump out of this one, bro. That was wild. Adib is asking what was my age at the time. I was, I think, 15 or 16, I think, when we went. Excuse me. So, you know what I mean? I was in grade 9 when I went there. You see what I'm saying? So I just started with them in there, what they call college. It's not high school, it's college over there. Bro, that, like, Solve X had a young age. Bro, that, not really a young age. It was, well, I mean, I kind of get what you're saying, Karius, right? It was really difficult. So this was my first day of school. Bro, then the other teacher, the other science teacher, they used to call him, oh God, what was his name? Oh gosh, it started with an F, but this teacher was crazy. Oblongata, not an F. Oblongata. That's what they used to call him. Cause this guy, he was wow, bro. He'd walk into class and he always had like, I think he had Cartiers before Cartier was a thing. He'd have on these glasses that now that I think about look just like Cartiers, right? He'd walk into the room, slow walk, chilling. He never had a full chalk, just a piece. He'd be tossing it and he would just ask a question. Canada, stand up. Explain to us how refraction works. Like, Jesus. I'm like, reflection? Like when something is like, yes, you're from Canada, right? I'm like, yeah. It's like, tell us. I heard you have the maths and the science there. Tell us how refraction works. Bro, I'm standing there, heart beating, heart racing. All the kids are looking at me. Every kid is looking at me. I'm like, reflection is, when light is thrown on an object and some of that light is thrown back to create an image or appearance. He looked at me, he's like, you said something. It's okay, sit down. Bro, I've never been so proud of myself ever. Shout out to everybody who got 33 people on this live, bro. Shout out to you guys. 33 people on this live. I'm sorry, not 33. 330 people on this live, guys. Thank you for being here. So that was, again, my first day of school in Africa. Terrible, right? So the class I was in, we were the first room or the first class. If anybody's coming to visit the school, we're the first ones. And that class was noisy. A couple teachers came in there, right? And said, yo, you guys, keep it down. You're too noisy. And they'd be like, yo, shut up, bro, right? And when he leaves, they're talking trash. Oh, you're dumb. Oh, you're your mom. You're this, you're that. One teacher. He's not even our teacher. One teacher. He's not one of our professors. He just came in there with a cane. You guys, those of you from certain countries, you know what a cane looks like, bro. Bro, that thing taller than me. He came. All he said was he also had glasses, but he had them like blade glasses, right? Blade 3 type glasses. He goes, everybody, lie down right now. Like, what? I'm looking now. I see all the kids like this on the desk. I'm like, oh, hell nah, bro. Bro, a part of me wants to say, please, I'm from Canada. But I knew I had to take it like a man, so pause. So anyhow, teacher said everybody lay down, right? We all had to put our, lay on the desk. Teacher came and gave everybody. Now, the thing about when you get whipped with a cane, bro, is you don't feel it in the beginning. It's like this. It's like a delayed effect. It's so lightning fast. You hear to your back, right? Then the fire starts running up your back. Boy, man, I took some heat. And after, everybody was laughing. They're like, yo, Canada, were you going to say, I'm from Canada, don't hit me, please? I'm like, y'all evil, bro. But shout out to the guys in Africa, bro. It was a very interesting experience. I made a lot of good friends in Africa. And to be honest with you guys, it was from going to Africa and seeing the experience there and how people value opportunity that made me come back to Canada and say, no matter what happens, I'm not going to be a waste man. And that was it for me, guys. That was literally where it ended for me. So, guys, I've given you some information as to how my life was. I've answered your questions through this AMA. I've given you guys great advice, great everything. It's now 12 o'clock and I do have almost 12 o'clock. I do have an appointment, so I have to hop off in 3 minutes. But everybody who's new, please join the Discord. Subscribe to the channel. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday where we have these therapy sessions. You can ask me anything. We trade sometimes. It is a beautiful space to be. And we have a lot to look forward to. So join the Discord and sub to the channel. The Discord is pinned in the chat. All right, guys. With that being said, it's never enough time with you guys. I feel like it's never enough time, but I do have to hop off. So I'm going to read the rest of the comments and I'm going to log off. FMU telling too much. It was supposed to be a sneak peek. Shakira, I'm sorry, brother. I really try. If you tell too much. I know. But bro, here's the thing with the Africa story. I have stories for days. I have stories for days. So you know what I mean? We will make it a full version. And then I'll hire you, Shakir, as the director of this whole thing. So you could be like, all right, cut or redo. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the business advice, Shakir. Adib's laughing. Marcus said, did you make any friends? Yes, Marcus, I made friends for sure. I made friends that I still wish I had their information. I just lost contact when I came back to Canada. The glasses give me mastermind vibes. Some guy with a razor sharp intellect. Thank you, Maximus. Thank you, guys. Hey, listen, I love each and every one of you guys. You guys are the bomb. I do this because of you guys. Let's build a good community here. Let's have fun while we're doing it. Trading is as stressful as it can be already. Let's have fun while we're here. All right, guys? Bro, I know that feeling. Yeah, very beautiful space here. Appreciate you guys. Marcus also put the angels emoji. Yeah, you guys are the bomb.com. I do have an appointment. I do have to head out, guys, but I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for liking the stream. All 340 of you guys, even though in reality, it was only 34. But I appreciate every single one of you beautiful human beings for being here. I'm going to hop off, but I'll be back on Thursday, God willing, same time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss it, guys. Don't miss it. It's an opportunity for you to ask Dr. Foreign. You understand? Dr. Foreign is, listen, the price might be high, but it's an investment. It's investment for your life. Think about your wife, your family, your dog, your cat. Think about it when you're doing this thing, eh? The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. The Lord put his hand upon your head. In Jesus' name, amen. Love you guys. I'm going to hop out and I'm going to see you guys, God willing, on Thursday. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Peace out.